What's up mga kaisda? So, I am Genas Ramos Santao and my partner is Rami Andalar. So, for today's video, let's talk about freezing, its definition, process, types, and methods. Freezing definition, also known as solidification, is a phase transition where a liquid turns into solid when its temperature is lowered below its freezing point. Freezing is different from chilling. So, chilling is a short-term storage. So, they keep the fish up to 1 or 2 weeks, while the freezing is a long-term storage. So, will keep fish under proper condition for several months without considerable change in quality. Considered an excellent process for preserving the quality of fish for longer period of time.
Freezing of fish becomes essential when other means of preserving fish such as icing are unsuitable or unpractical. Freezing will help fish under proper condition for several months without considerable changes in quality. Freezing is a way of stopping either partly or entirely the deteriorative activities of microorganisms and enzymes. Fish contain between 60 to 80% water depending upon the species. The water in the flash begin to freeze at temperature between -1 and -3 degrees Celsius, and during freezing, most of the water converted into ice at -5 degrees Celsius. About 75% of the water in the fish mussel is frozen.
There are 3 stages in freezing process. Stage 1, removing of heat. Stage 2, conversion of water to ice. Stage 3, further cooling of frozen fish. For the types of freezing, there are 2 types of freezing, the slow freezing and the quick freezing. So we are going now to the methods of freezing. So there are 3 methods of freezing: the air blast freezing, and contact or plate freezing, and spray or immersion freezing. For the freezing procedure are a raw material, treatment before freezing, freezing, treatment after freezing, packaging, and storage.
Of the topic freezing, quality assessment of frozen fish. Frozen fish undergo same changes during storage, such as gradual development of odors and of flavors and other physical deterioration. The defects may unnoticed, but after a sufficiently long period of storage, this might intensity and the fish protein denaturation. It undergo irreversible changes in sensory qualities such as in appearance and texture. These changes are accompanied by loss in functional properties of muscle proteins, mainly solubility, water retention, and gelling ability. Lipid changes. Resting and rancidity are brought about by the changes occurring in lipids during frozen storage of fatty fish. When we say lipids changes, we have 2 types. We have the resting and rancidity. When we say resting, it refers to the movement of oil to the surface of fish during cold storage, resulting to a yellow or a light brown discoloration. When we say rancidity is the unpleasant odor and color that develop when fats have undergone oxidation during storage.
Freezer burn.
It a condition that occurs when frozen food has been damaged by dehydration and oxidation due to air reaching the food. It is generally caused by food not being securely wrapped in airtight packaging. Question: is freezer-burn food safe to eat? Yes, because freezer-burn draws out moisture and flavor. This affects the quality but not the safety of the food. Dehydration and weight loss. The process of water loss through the product membrane when exposed to cold airflow during freezing. Development of cold store, flavor, and odor. Frozen fish acquire characteristic cold store, odor, and flavor due to improper and extended cold storage. When thawing frozen food, it's best to plan ahead and thaw in refrigerator where it will remain at a safe constant temperature at 40 degrees Fahrenheit or below. There are 3 safe ways in thawing food. We have the refrigerator, and cold water, and microwave. When we say thawing, it is the process of taking frozen product from frozen to a temperature where there is no residual ice. Thawing in the air, single frozen fish or blocks of fish or fillets can be laid out overnight to thaw at room temperature and provide the surface of the fish that's not too dry. The thawed product is perfectly acceptable. Moving air or air blast thawing. The time taken will depend on the temperature of the air, the speed at which it moves over the fish, and the shape and size of the block. Thawing in the air can be by immersion, by spraying, or by a combination of two. A large immersion tower should incorporate a system of recirculation to conserve both heat and water. Vacuum thawing. If air containing water vapor is cold, it inevitably reaches a temperature below which water being to condense as a liquid as it does, so large amount of heat is released. Electrical method. In electrical method, we have 3 types. We have dielectric heating, electrical resistant heating, and the microwave heating. Technical problem: browning or blackening of tuna and bonito meat. When we say oxyhemoglobin, a bright red substance formed by the combination of hemoglobin with oxygen present in oxygenated blood. Oxymyoglobin, the oxygenated form of myoglobin, which is a single-chain globular protein. Greening discoloration of tuna meat. Greening was generated when tuna myoglobin was reacted with other muscle components including trimethylamine oxide and cysteine. When we say trimethylamine, is an osmolet found in mollusks, crustaceans, and all marine fishes and bony fishes. Browning or black spots in shrimps and prawns. The browning or blackening of frozen shrimps and prawns is termed as melanosis. When we say melanosis, it is due to the oxidation of tyrosine and similar substance into melanin by tyrosinase in blood.